I got into a terrible car accident. Caitlin here. Hello. So as a little mini celebration of hitting 1,000 subscribers, I know I don't get a plaque or anything, but it still means so much to me. I hit that like 1,000 mark. And I want to share the story of how I got into a car accident and all the thoughts I ended up having looking back, and then how it got me to push myself to create a YouTube channel. So in the summer of 2022, I got in a terrible accident on the highway. There's like this exit only sign that's actually a whole entire exit ahead of the exit only. I think this person freaked out. They cut me off, slammed on their brakes. I tried braking as fast as I could. It happened so fast. The crazier thing is that I think they knew they were in the wrong, or they thought I had a dash cam, or I don't know what was going on. The cop said they could be driving without a license. And, we don't know, but the person just took off. And that was the hugest headache with the car insurance company. They did pay for my medical, but everything else I had to pay out of pocket. And it set me back a little bit. I had whiplash in my neck, but I also found out I have a pair of cervical ribs. You could look it up. Cervical ribs are ribs that are literally in your neck. It's like less than 1% has them, but to have a perfect little set is even more rare. So I thought that was really weird. And then the other thing is that they said my wrist was sprained, luckily. But when I had the car accident, I didn't know what was gonna happen, because you don't feel the pain until later, like the next day. And your soft tissue injuries take a while to reveal how much damage you have. But I do remember looking at my hands and I saw burns from the chemicals in the airbags. And I'm a righty too, and my right one was the one that was sprained. And I remember I could barely move it. I couldn't feel any pain, but I was crying because I got off the highway. I didn't feel safe there. I pulled over in a parking lot. It's a 90-degree day. I'm stuck in there because people keep walking by, and I'm like, oh, if someone's really desperate to rob me or something because they just really need the money, they might hurt me more than they intend to get the money because I'm already injured. And I was just stuck in that car. Mind you, I go to work around noonish. The tow truck did not show up till sunset. And it was just horrifying. And I even told my car insurance company, like, when is the tow truck coming? Like, I'm stuck in my car. It's 90 degrees outside. I don't feel good because I'm very hot. And they're like, oh, we'll find one. I had a lot of sitting and thinking to do in that car. And I just remembered doing art and how my hands, I still have them. Like, I still see them. They could still, do hand things as far as I know. And kids in class would stand behind me in elementary and middle school. I remember my parents had me in art classes, and I excelled to an art class that my art teacher thought I belonged in. And even those kids are like, whose sister is this? And then they see what I actually could do, and they're like, oh my gosh, you actually belong in this class? And the unfortunate thing is, my generation was told, high school, you have to get good grades for college. In college, you have to get good grades to get a career, or else you're going to be a loser. Oh, you want to do art? What do you want to do? Be poor? You don't want to work and have a career? You're going to be a starving artist. Like, these are the things I was told. And they meant it to push me, as cruel as it was. And they meant well, because that's what their generation was told. Go to college or you're going to be a loser. But no one knew technology would be what it is today. And I remember sitting in my car and being mortified. No one in my day-to-day life even knew I could draw really well. Just draw. Even knew that I was very creative. Maybe they could see that I dressed nice or something, like, oh, like, you're into fashion. But like, that was it. They had no idea I could draw, paint, nothing. I don't like painting that much. They had no idea. And I was like, I have to do something. I have to, what if I passed away in this car accident? And I kept thinking to myself, I have to, as best as I can, immortalize my creativity to help others become creative, or maybe inspire them to go out there. Because even when I go out to do things, I'm very creative in how I plan going out to events and stuff. And I was like, I have to share this. And I kept thinking to myself, my situation right now is so bad. This person, I rear-ended them and they took off. I'm going to be in the hole now a little bit for some money because my car insurance is going to fight me for everything. And I remember I was scared to even do physical therapy. I refused physical therapy. I did the one appointment for them to just call and say I didn't break anything. I refused to go back for a second one because I was scared. Like, they paid for the initial x-rays, but I was scared they would fight me tooth and nail and not pay for anything else after that. And that's awful. I was like, there's gotta be other people out there that go through things, just life. And maybe if I had a YouTube channel, I could share my creativity, both the physical and the stuff I plan and go out and do. And maybe I could help people be distracted from whatever they might be going through. So as a celebration of hitting 1,000 subscribers, I am sharing with you pieces of art I saved. I've actually thrown away a lot because some of it I make and I associate it with what I was going through at the time, or I just know it's not my best. And there is a certain point where when you draw something, it doesn't matter how much you erase it, it's kind of like you should just start over. And I kind of organized these by age a little bit. I really don't know how old I was when I made these. But the first one, because the K is backwards, is this one. The snowman. I remember kids standing behind me in my art class, because I had art classes too. And they were like counting like the coal for the buttons, his, you know, how long the carrot was compared to his face, like, and I just remember it being so weird. Like, I legitimately was like, what do you mean, just draw or just paint? Like, I literally, growing up, had no clue I was really like that talented. I just was like, meh. Like it was like, I didn't value it as much because even then people were told, you got to go to college. So like, I just kind of thought like, oh great, this is my talent and it does nothing. I actually did go to college and I work in the tipping industry. This is another one. This is literally off of copy paper. Is there a year on this? I never thought of that. Nah, it's just random gibberish. Woo. There's that one. I don't know how old Lion King is, but I was pretty young when I did this one. I remember the tail being a pain. I remember not liking the tail. I thought the wings were easy, but the tail and like, I don't know, I couldn't get it right. So my art teacher liked doing things with, you know, adding stuff. And she wanted us to do an Eskimo. I had to give her a red lip. I just felt like it was appropriate. Then there was the year Fantasia came out or whatever, which was way before my time. And then I think it was like hitting an anniversary, so everyone was about it. And like, apparently my teacher wanted to do stuff like this. I think their heads are shaped so weird. Can I just say that? She also had it where, this one's really crumbled, but I think I did it on purpose because I wanted it to look like a crumpled newspaper. But she scanned a crumpled newspaper and wanted us to like just draw. Like, some of the things in art class were like, hey, we have 10 minutes extra, because she knows how long it takes to make things. So sometimes she'd throw in like fun stuff like this. This one, every time I look at it, I'm like, girl, what were you thinking? This is very beaten up. Look at his tiny feet. Like, what? So this is stuff that is getting into teenage years, and I have no way of really organizing it by year. I just remember sitting in my bedroom. This is just a reference. I actually didn't draw it. I probably should. And I do remember the laminated things were when I was older, because I didn't have setting spray. I just remember a guy I was dating was like, you should never do that. This one cracks me up. Like, I literally thought like, I'm gonna draw this. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna end up in like 17 magazine. I just wanted it to be fun, and I just like did one of each hair color. That's when like Spice Girls was out and stuff and like really popular. So it's like, oh my god, they all need to be a little different. Oh, I have the reference for this. But this was the reference, and I don't always like, I'll use Sharpies because I like how sharp the lines are. Sharpies sharp. But yeah, when I ripped this one out, I just realized there's really cute badgers on the other side. But yeah, ta-da! All right, so definitely I didn't have a concept of shadow, but I didn't care. I just thought it was cute. I like cats. He lifts. I don't know, I just wanted dragon to have really awesome biceps, you guys. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. I just thought it was fun. Sometimes I draw for fun. There's this manga called Peach Girl, and I decided to draw it. Some of these are very faded. There might be a theme here. I like fantasy. I just thought it was so cute. Old dragon. This one's a fairy on a flower. She has a crumpled blanket, like she was too hot, and she's like, ugh, and she took the blanket off, and then there's like a little ladybug, and I remember like, oh, this is gonna be so awesome. The ladybug, instead of spots, is gonna be hearts. Like, so definitely, this is high school. I thought it was like a Victoria's Secret angel, like type of thing. This, I want to remake this. I thought it was so cool. It's like a zombie dragon. Like, oh, so cool. I'll just mention the artist, but it was Dave Korea, and he made these like just crazy things. And I just thought, like, if something were to be his style with like crazy long fingers, and he was like spiraling out of nowhere right in front of you as a nightmare, but he didn't finish like appearing in front of you, that's what this is supposed to be. It's like a little mini like tornado, like he was like kind of thing. And I wanted the eyes to be specifically just blank. I can't show this one because it has red stuff in it, and we're not allowed to show that stuff. I have no way of even like showing it to you without getting in trouble. So that is childhood slash high school art. So this stuff, it's kind of stupid. She just draw lines. So like in art classes, they'll have you draw on like newsprint basically. And some of this stuff is like so stupid. Like lines. She had us draw lines. Holes stacked in different ways. Some of these are also timed. Like she's like, all right, done, show me what you made. And you're like, ah. Then it got to a point where we'd work with black paper. And that was interesting because now you're working in opposite on my class like a lot. And this is where I started noticing people were standing behind me, or they wouldn't want to sit next to me because they kept getting distracted by what I was doing. So there's white, there's charcoal, like I used a little bit of everything. I don't know what bottle this is. So remember the paper that I said had like, I'd work with like the white and the black. Like I have like a white charcoal grease pen or whatever it's called. This one, this is where I discovered I really liked glass because I could actually pay attention because it has that gradualness and then the sharp lines. I thought it was so cool. I'm not holding it up very well, am I? It literally looks like a corpse inside of it. And then there's this actress, you might recall. This is extra paper. The one in Mean Girls that, like, you know, says, like, you know, on Wednesdays we wear pink. And then she's like, there's a 90% chance it's already raining. Yeah, I drew her as, the vision was her as Alice in Wonderland, because I just loved her big doe eyes, her blonde hair, her innocent look. And I was like, what if she was Alice in Wonderland in the desert? This was like supposed to be like my final project. So this took hours. So that stuff, some of it is like you're given seconds. I could have done better on the eyes, I get it, and it's actually very faded. I don't know if you could really tell that, but yeah. That's the kind of stuff I make. Mind you, this was just considered homework. I really didn't care for it. That's the other thing. Some stuff I make and I don't care for it, but I kept it because a lot of people say they think it looks really good. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll keep it. But yeah, I decided to make her as Alice in Wonderland in, it was like, I called it Alice in Desertland. And then that's all I have. But yeah, this is how artistic I am. And I show this to some people and they're like, oh, they see my childhood stuff and they're like, okay, whatever. And I show them this and they're like, I'm like, by the way, I'm not actually proud of this. Like, I could do better. Like, this is just, I did it because the class demanded I do it. And they're like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, I really don't care for it. I really think I could have done better. But yeah, I don't know if I'll do drawing on my YouTube channel. I might when it comes to drawing something for cosplay. But this is how artistic I was, and I felt like I could have lost my hands in a car accident. No one would know how creative I am. No one would know I took art lessons as a kid. I drew in high school. And I just felt like I had to do a YouTube channel. But I am really grateful that I still have my hands. I'm really grateful that I hit 1,000 subscribers. I hope this video, I'm shocked my cats didn't join me. It's because they don't know what this is. It's a giant black folder. And I hope that I continue to keep making good stuff, attract more people, and maybe this could help me quit my day job, maybe work less and be able to see family more, because family lives pretty far away from me. It's not easy to get to them. It's literally not driving distance. Like if you have to spend a whole entire day just driving, that's not easy when you have to work full time. And like you would literally drive there, sleep over, have breakfast, and drive back. Like that's not realistic. And I mean, if I have to, I probably would. But, and then flying is easily, if I have to, like there was an emergency or something, like $700. So I want my creativity online to hopefully keep growing and go in a direction where I could either, the first stage would be work less and see family more. That would be very meaningful to me. And I also want my dad to be proud of me that I didn't become a starving artist. I would love to prove all of those people wrong. I have a college degree, I worked in the tipping industry, and I would love to be a flourishing artist. But thank you for joining me. If you made it this far, thank you for watching the whole video. That actually helps me. And I'm glad I still have my hands. And I hope you have a good day. As always, stay safe, explore, and get inspired. Take care. Yay.